Yeah.
Alright, so
Well, he's got to be in the party so he can be able to see the
Well, if you send him,
stuff.
what do you call it?
we send him an invite.
View the progress going down right now. You'll be able to.
Yeah, and my broadcast stopped, so I had to restart it again. I don't know why I did that.
Well, just share your broadcast with him. That way you can see everything.
Well, I sent him invites. So anyway, let's see. So once again, the 5-year anniversary is drawing very, very close, and we're gonna try and brainstorm some ideas of how to celebrate this monumental event. So far, I've been kind of brainstorming off and on. I'm thinking maybe maybe come up with some like compilation videos of all the past videos that was made in the past of this crew. Another one I can think of is maybe do like a tiny documentary, like maybe share some stories about
like how the crew started, everything like that.
right, like how it all started. Maybe get some good, some good stories about how it was before, and of course, how it all went down, and
People's builds would be a good one.
pretty much, like when it's the fall and resurrection of this crew.
Yep.
Kind of discussing what needs to be done in the future. So something to think about. So if anyone got any like suggestions,
I got one. How about
right.
people's bikes build? Take pictures of people's bikes build.
Yeah, that could be something.
There's a lot of builds here that are unique.
Yeah, check out everyone's personal bike that they love to ride on, for church or whatever. I'm sure maybe we can have Gio show up his modified Sovereign.
Yep.
Modified whack.
Yep.
So yeah, something to look forward to. All right, hang on, Francisco. Go ahead and send me an invite to the clubhouse.
We're supposed to sit down.
My fucking character say that.
And send him an invite to the motorcycle club. I mean, the
Well,
motorcycle
he's already got 8 people, so his club's full.
Yeah, so just make sure. Yeah, so make sure if you don't kick down for idling, just keep spinning around the right analog stick.
Yeah.
To move the camera.
There's something I want to remind y'all. I know Gio brought it up in Discord. We are back on recruiting players for the crew. So anybody who you think would be a good candidate for hang around, talk to them and everything, and
obviously bring up any the questionnaires.
Yeah.
What kind? Name, where you live, what type of player you are you willing to go through the process of hang around / prospects, all that.
All that blase.
Drop out. Did we have some people drop out or something?
We've had there have been cases where there were some hang-arounds that are you're not interested, and there are some that been stirring up some trouble, and obviously all of us pretty much have little to no tolerance for
Yeah,
such,
we don't tolerate just anyone in here, and when I talked to my friend about it, because I recruited him for a hang around, and he just got PlayStation Plus again, so he can play more frequently than he used to, and all that. I will mind you that Mike met him, and he's an epileptic, so
So basically, he has some.
He has seizures at random moments, so.
Yeah, I feel for your friend, bud. I feel for your friend. That's
so. But I think he's a good addition to the crew. Not only has he been my friend for forever, but he said he was going to be coming on in a little while after we get done with church. So you all will get to meet him. If we do any like team death matches or car races, like I said, we can switch it up to where we're not just doing death matches. We can do other things like races. The new open wheel races just came out.
Yeah, that would be something we can all do.
We can have fun. We can have fun playing that. Make a little. Whoever's the winner at a certain amount of races, we can say, well, whoever wins the race wins the Bogdan out of a certain amount of races we put up.
Okay.
So,
I think we'll tally up some points.
Yeah, and plus that's free money. Whoever wins.
Yeah.
Alright. So speaking of members, obviously there are a couple of members that we have to address. Some of you might know involving Tim, who is going through some very serious personal problems. But of course, out of respect for Tim, I don't want to leave off too many details for him. But because of that, it's very unlikely he'll ever be back on GTA.
Yeah.
So, but we obviously all have met him, and obviously he's always really had a really good time with us, and basically even told us that if it weren't for us, he probably would have quit this game a long time ago. So for that, he was very grateful to to all of us. All of you.
I still think he should keep his patch, no matter what. It don't matter. I mean I mean everything he did, he was always helpful to us and everything. Even when we met him from level 16, like, all right, we're gonna bring you in. I mean, he ended up being a good person and somebody to play with that you can laugh and talk to about problems or any kind of thing like that. But I think the patch should stay with him. I mean, even though he's going through issues right now, he has been good for this crew. He's loyal like a dog, and so.
Yeah, so he'll be an honorary member of this group. So next up is also involving Lucifer, that basically informed me and Gio that he wasn't going to stick around for the crew, because apparently he had a bit of a pretty bad track record that he's been kind of causing a lot of problems with previous crews, which also brings me to this case. Gio made the decision to delete Lucifer, because apparently, according to what Alan has reported, he's been going around killing crew members unprovoked. And,
yeah, I've been hearing about that. I heard about that yesterday.
Quite frankly, I kind of almost see this coming, because I know.
I mean, I kind of saw the bullshit when he left the crew the second time. Like, I understand we're giving him the benefit of the doubt and shit, but fucking up your second time, that's a no-go. You're not getting back in. You're done. But for him to go off and attack us, like, we didn't do shit to him.
Well, the thing is, he's very, very, trigger-fingered. Like, he'll basically react before he even thinks. So I think because of something like that, I think it's probably cause some problems in the long run.
Yeah.
And right now, this is just me. This is just my opinion, but I think because of Lucifer, I think that kind of really started the whole friction between us and the MILF hunters. But again, that's just me. I know that what the MILFs pretty much didn't handle it properly, and that pretty much led to our.
I mean, here's the thing about that, and I'm not trying to throw shade towards anybody or any crew or anything like that. But MILF hunters in general, they always spoke like so highly of themselves, like they couldn't get it, like they were on the fucking pedestal and a golden spoon in their mouth. Like but when it came down to helping and everything, Yeah, they helped out. Yeah, they populated the lobby so we can make money off of it. But then again, like the relationship with the crew and the players in general was fucked up. Like you couldn't even be friends with them because they had a cocky attitude about themselves. Well,
Right.
the only one that came off to me like cocky and high off his ass, thought he was the shit was Despicable Dogs. But that's it. Nobody else really
Like not
had
everybody
any
had
bad blood or
a bad
anything,
apple.
but and
He's like
you
almost like a one bad apple kind of
hmm
spoils the rest.
and he fucked it up for everybody. Like we had a mutual alliance, and he just fucked it up for everyone.
Right.
So like all the people that we were friends with, we hate to see them go, but we had to do it.
Right. To make sure that trauma doesn't elevate any further than it needs to be.
Yeah.
So.
And if a crew war did happen, I'm not saying if it did, but it was probably likely if we didn't delete them.
Right.
We would have been prepared for that. So, anyways, continue.
So yeah. So anyway, point is, before you ever get a chance, go ahead and delete Lucifer out of your friends list. So we can catch that
Any
stuff.
mutual friends of his, anything, gone.
Right. So yeah, basically, delete Lucifer as well as delete Spider Bread. I don't know if any of you have like Maxi, 'cause I don't
I
have
do,
those.
which I'm gonna delete. I'm gonna delete all of them.
Maxi,
I think Lucifer.
Yeah,
I,
badass.
Maxi is been on here. Okay, his name is Maximilian. Okay, I know him. He's from Cuba. Same as yes. You gotta watch it because there's quite a few Maxis up in this game. Well,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, right now I think it's like MAXXY. I think that's
yeah.
why I couldn't recall. But so yeah, so when you ever get a chance, yeah, go ahead and delete Lucifer, and I think he has a second account.
yeah, I'm checking.
Yeah,
it.
he has two accounts. Well, I think one is a barcode, the other is OG
I
Lucifer,
don't have him.
Yeah, Mini Lame, I believe. That's the name.
something like
Yeah, I
that.
don't
Yeah.
have him.
So yeah, so when you ever get a chance. Let's see.
Shouldn't have him. I don't think.
Haha.
Okay,
Yeah, because I don't see him on my list. Of friends.
I mean, playing GTA, you can make friends and you can make a lot of enemies, but
More enemies.
more enemies than friends is more likely these days against us.
yeah. Well, it's just a matter of how to handle these things, the
Yeah.
circumstances. Alright, so next up, we're gonna nominate prospects to patch. But
I'm
just to
not gonna
let you
say
know,
my vote. I'm gonna text it to you.
but just to let let the prospects know that this is nothing personal. All right. So
Yeah, it
whatever
really
votes you
isn't.
get, do not take it out of proportion. This is based out of neutral and professional vote.
Yeah.
Correct.
And if you
And
can't
if we
handle it,
and
if
if
you
we
can't
think
handle it,
and if we think y'all need more time, we will decide that.
yeah, just get a chance to clear your mind, or if things do not go your way. So
Yeah.
just remember, do
And
not
don't
take
get a,
this all
don't get upset about it. I mean,
like just
I
because
was
if you're not voted in, doesn't mean that you're not never gonna get it. It just means that you just have to wait a little bit longer.
yeah. It's not the end of the
Give you a chance
world.
to step up, and also give you a chance, to step up. A motivation to step up to the plate and prove that you really, really want this.
Hey, have you noticed, Mike? My chair is cocked to the left.
Yeah, I think you
You
gotta
noticed
move
that?
your left. I think you gotta move the left stick.
Yeah, my chair has been cocked to the left for the longest, and I just now noticed it.
I have no idea. Alright, so anyway,
That's
let's
weird.
go ahead and nominate some of the prospects for patch. First off, we're gonna start off with Francisco, which is psychotic and slash Uzis.
Yay.
So,
Hey, let's see.
so anyway, well, let me just go ahead. Well, let me throw a couple of cases, claims on his behalf. Obviously, he's always been on and always been at the, to help the crew whenever needed, especially, giving us backup. Another story I like to point out, those of you who might not know, Aiden has been kind of harassed by this player named Van King, who's been throwing, some very inappropriate game texts at her. Obviously, it was on Spanish. So because of that, me, Whisper, and Francisco, we basically retaliated. But out of all of us, Francisco, wiped the floor with that guy. So so the fact that he defended both our honors and show how much he supports the crew by taking care of someone who's so disrespectful to one of our members really definitely shows a lot.
Yeah, it does.
All right. So in that case, we'll start off with a vote. So for Aelin, it's yay, and for Geos, okay. So for BD, it's yay. Yay for Matt. Whisper. Whisper, yay or nay for Francisco?
Damn it.
Whisper.
You there, bro?
Hola, Whisper. ¿Cómo estás?
Hola.
¿Cómo está?
Yeah, I say yay.
Okay.
I guess your mic was a little off.
Yeah.
Tyler?
Damn it.
Damn it.
It's on Discord.
Okay. Okay, Tyler says yay. And and for Gio's vote, he voted yay for Francisco, and Lexi yay, and Kyle yay. So basically, it's a unanimous vote. So congratulations to Francisco. You are now a new member of the patch member.
And I just want to point out, even though Gamer Prince is not here, he will still get voted on.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, even though he can't play a lot with us and everything, he gets on when he can, which that shows, he wants to be with us and everything. He's a cool guy to hang around with, bust your chops and everything, and, I think he deserves a patch.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, as you said, I haven't had a chance to really know him as much as I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously, due to his work, that he always comes in like late at night, and obviously always plays whether it's Tyler or Gio or whoever is staying up late.
Yeah. And I stay up late with whoever wants to play, so.
Right.
But that late night stuff for me is going to be dwindled down to daytime or little to none in the next coming weeks.
Right.
So,
So yeah. So for Gamer Prince, for Prospect to Patch, Aelin. Aelin says yes. Yay. Beatty. Nay. Matt. Oh. Yeah. Yes. Whisper.
Yay.
Yay. Tyler.
Damn it.
Yay. And I put nay. And for Gio, he put yay. Lexi for yay. and Kyle for nay.
And that and I will bring up something. It's not deferring. It's mostly concerning the UK members. Like, I'm not saying BD, you know, you're around us the most, but Colin and Kyle isn't. And I'm not trying to say bad about them, but you know, it's all about getting to know them and, you know, spending time with them, getting to know them, everything like that. But I will bring up the remarks that was made to Matt a while ago about the whole shit talking and everything, which that I felt was very disrespectful. And, you know, nobody deserves to be taught like that, even on a video game. So, you know, that's kind of concerning to me. But, you know, to each of their own.
When you brought it up, Gio kind of actually discussed it with me about involving Colin, and obviously with obviously with our time lapse and basically being what the was like once before. I think kind of in a way it kind of frustrated him to a certain extent, which I mean I kind of do get it to a certain degree, but at the same time, you can't clinch into the past.
Yeah,
All the time.
you can't hold on to the past like it's just gonna come back. That's why the past is the past, and we're working on the future.
And another thing is that our past, their past methods, pretty much kind of what led to the downfall of this crew.
Exactly.
So it kind of took things out of proportion. So I think Gio will probably agree to this at this point. That I think at this time, Colin would most likely be stepping down as Sergeant of Arms until further notice. So for the meantime, Aiden will be taking place as a full-on Sergeant of Arms until further notice. Alright, so let me see. Alright, so next up for the vote, we'll be going to Badass. And obviously he's been around, throughout the his process with the hang-arounds.
De que pues compre de las parte 2 cuando salga. Y me dije, no, pues primero deja checo el 1 y pues si me gusta como es un Charter 4, pues vamos, si lo compro.
Alright, give me a second.
Pues estaría bien, es un buen juego.
Okay. Alright, sorry about that, I had something to come going on.
Por parte del último, del tercero.
So, Badass, is willing to, always willing to help out as much as he can. Now, the only downside is, as we discussed, with the UK member, some of the UKs, that they haven't been on as much as we hoped for. Obviously due to, various reasons, whether it's, personal issues or, not personal issues.
Or it's work or anything like that.
Well, basically the point is, it's just lack of activity in a certain way.
Lack of communication, all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. So, as we discussed before, whatever results come down, don't think of it as a personal thing. Think of it as almost like a little motivation, to step up.
Well,
to do better.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this GTA is kind of like burning me out like crazy. Seriously, I've played almost every game on this game, and it's like all I'm running into is griefers, hackers, modders. People just want to start bullshit, and it seems like when I leave this game and I go to a different game, that doesn't happen.
Okay.
That's the only reason I haven't been here, because I'm not stressing myself out to the point where I'm going to scream and put my paddle through it.
Yeah, you're not one of those people that go on the game and just rage and say, "Oh, fuck you," and all that. No.
Yeah.
Because there are people like that.
Yeah.
I know, I've met them. Most of them were fucking squeakers.
And if I need training to fight, then that's kind of stupid, because I've done it for about the past 5 years on here. I've done it with the Bloods, I've done it with the Crips, I've done it with everybody, every crew, and it just seems like it doesn't work. It just causes more problems. Because then you're like, okay, I'm good, nobody listens, and they just keep going.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, like I
Right.
said, if you ever need help with PvP, like I said, you can get on with any of us. Our fighting styles are different per player. You know,
yeah.
fighting styles are different per player. My fighting style is
I'm
what.
not a fighter.
It,
I'm not a fighter though. That's the whole thing.
yeah,
You're
but
more about wishes
but when it
I'm
comes
more of a
down
helper,
to
not a fighter.
but when it comes down to it, and then the whole thing with defending yourself is you're gonna have to know how to defend
I could
yourself
defend
when it
myself
comes
all
to
the
that.
time.
yeah.
I could get KD up the wazoo, but I don't do it. It's not worth it. What are you
Yeah,
getting from KD? You making money? No. You
that's
making
just
rep?
that's just like in Red Dead Redemption. There is no KD. There's only there's only the person that you were killed by, and that's it. There's no KD,
They don't
none of
give
that
you
shit.
yeah, they don't
Which
give you any credit about
it don't give you any
Yeah.
credit for kills. You know, nothing. Well, it gives you credit for kills and boosts your XP like maybe like 1% or some shit like that. But KD in this game is kind of pointless. It's kind of like pertaining to the whole Call of Duty shit. You know,
Right.
which in
All
my
those like
opinion,
been doing nothing but PvP games like
which
nonstop.
which in my opinion is kind of bullshit. Like there's so much other stuff you can do in this game besides just do PvP.
If I wanted to fight, I'd go to Fortnite, and I don't
Right.
Yeah.
play Fortnite.
So yeah, so back to the so yeah, if you need any time off, give yourself, back on track. Obviously I know you've been telling me, with the whole moving out thing. So, just let us know if you need some time, you know, to clear
We
your mind.
understand.
We'll understand.
That's why
Like
I
the,
took a month off the game. That's why I haven't been playing.
uh,
I'm
so
dealing with a father that's slowly dying, losing 2 pounds per week, and that went from a 175 now weighing only probably 95 pounds, and it's kind of sad.
I know how you feel with that because my
Yeah,
dad dealing with pancreatic cancer and all that. I saw him go from 200 pounds to 100. Like I
well,
watched him
look
die,
at my
which was.
character. You see my character, right? Okay.
Mhm.
Put a beard on this character and turn his hair brown, okay?
Mhm.
And that's what he used to look like. Now you know what he's looking like? His arms are as big as aliens.
Yeah. And that's not trying to be funny or anything. That's just making a reference.
right.
But
Yeah.
the whole
He's
case of dealing with that is.
Elaine wanna say
he's
something.
on hospice and shit, and there's so much shit going on with the nursing home of disregard for him and everything, and it's just making me sick to my stomach. A
Yeah.
man that did everything for everybody's being treated like shit.
Right. So
Yeah.
yeah, so in the meantime, we're gonna put your voting on hold until you
Mhm.
get everything all set up.
Yeah, freeze that one for me. I'd
Yeah, so
appreciate it.
freeze
Yeah,
your
we
vote
will.
for the time being.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, so Aiden has something basically sending us a message, so I'll go ahead and translate it. He said in a quote, I would like to say something in general. This crew I like very much for how respectful they are and know how to differentiate, uh,
Differentiate.
differentiate, thank you.
You
Uh,
gotta you
I,
gotta sound it out if you need to.
I just say
Differentiate.
that they are all great, but I want to say something you would like to improve. BD is great, good player, but sometimes I think that he plays offline, at least for me, is as sad, in my opinion. If you play and are doing other things, do not get offline and just warn that you are doing another activity in the game, and I will understand them perfectly. And the last one, I don't have any problem with anyone. So basically, I guess the point is that another issue is that a lot of players have going offline, a little bit too much, which
Yeah.
almost seems like it kind of like which kind of shooing away with the crew members. I mean, obviously, I know you want if you need time for yourself, just let us know. Like, just don't always go offline all the time.
Pushing the goalpost.
Yeah, so you don't pushing it also away. So okay. Let me see. Did she also put another message?
Oh, yes. A
She did.
problem.
Okay, here we go. Give me a
It's
second.
nothing against anybody in the crew. Seriously, on my part, it's nothing in the crew. It's what's my real life
Yeah,
around.
just
I'm going through what Tim's going through right now.
yeah.
I'm going through a lot of stress that just drops on my shoulders every time.
Alright, let me see. Okay, another one. Alright, so another thing that Alan message, I'll translate. I'll, I always help everyone very much, but I have a complaint. I would like Matt and Lexi that when you ask for help with something, they were on your side and not accepting your request simply if you are doing something else with a warning enough and left over. Okay, so I guess basically the issue, well, not a serious issue, but I guess, what's been going on lately is that usually Matt and Lexi kind of almost have their own party, kind of like, put us, kind of left us out in the loop.
Yeah.
So if you
And
need,
that, and
so
that's what
yeah,
I also wanted to address too. Like, it's understandable if you want your own parties and y'all need some alone time. I mean, that's kind of, how do I
understandable.
put it? Yeah, understandable and everything. But like I said, with everything, communication is key, and I think that's what we're kind of lacking in, and what we're trying to do better at is communicating with everyone, with everybody's needs and everything. So, I mean, don't be afraid to hit us up or join parties or anything. Because like I said, we're having kind of a communication issue right now, which we're trying to resolve that as best as we can.
Well, I'll put it this way. When it comes down to Discord and stuff, okay, I'm loving it, okay. But I will be posting a picture of my father's, what he used to look like and what he looks like now, and you understand where I come from the heart.
Yeah.
You understand what happened.
I mean, we already understand that. I mean, you don't have to necessarily do that because obviously, just hearing you saying that it's more than enough for us.
Yeah, it is.
Trust me, if my father was here right now, sitting watching what's going on right now, he'd be pretty proud to see that people are literally carrying his patch on forever.
Right.
And most crews like that. When I come across people with crews and everything, that's kind of just like the Mayans. Like the Mayans literally just let they lack in communication and
I
everything
mean
like that. But
real life.
you
I
know,
mean
and
real life.
and like
You're
real
carrying
life
the patch
stuff.
that my father carried his whole life,
Yeah.
and he still has to this day.
And like with like real life situations, like most people wouldn't understand that because they haven't been through what um, a certain person has been through. Like they don't know their challenges that they had to go through in life, and most people don't understand that. That's just like with my situation. Most people haven't, and I'm gonna come up on a kind of a personal issue. Like most people, um, they have they haven't seen one of their relatives die in front of them. They haven't seen that. Me, I've literally I watched my father die. I watched my grandmother, which was his mom, go through the same thing. You know, and that was kind of like a life changer for me. That put me into a perspective like life is short. You know. All I'm gonna tell everybody is live the life the best you can. Don't take nothing for granted. You know, don't have any regrets, any doubts. You know, because when you do leave this earth, you will be judged on it, on everything that you have done. So, you know.
Alright. So, let's see. So, yeah, so, back to Badass as far as the voting is concerned, we're gonna actually go ahead and freeze that for the time being. So hopefully you can understand. You can stay as prospect.
Okay, I should address because Kyle just sent a message pertaining to me, and he's kind of doing the whole bad boy routine, talking shit towards me. And he said, which I'm pretty sure if y'all can see it, he said, say it in front of me and not just, instead of saying it when we aren't there. Like, really, dude, come on. Like, I'm not trying to get in a fight with you. Don't do that. It's not worth it.
Well, we'll address that in the meantime. So, make sure. So we got that. So yeah, again, as discussed earlier. So yeah, whenever you get a chance to lead Lucifer, and once again, congratulations to Kevin and Francisco as being the new patch members. And hopefully, you all have a good day, and we'll see if anyone wants to do open wheel races, and we'll get started.
All right.